Well, of course, President and CEO of the Renewable Fuels Association, Jeff Cooper, joins us now with the latest insight on things. And Jeff, as always, we appreciate your time today. If you would bring us up to speed on the provision and, of course, your main discrepancies that you see.
Sure, and thanks for having me this morning, Janet. And you're right, the House is still putting together this massive budget reconciliation bill. There's a lot of tax provisions in there that have important ramifications for farmers and ethanol producers, but the one that we've really been keeping a close eye on is the creation of a tax credit for sustainable aviation fuels. And I think everybody knows that the aviation sector is a major source of greenhouse gas emissions. There's been a lot of focus on how to cut those emissions, whether they're from passenger airlines or cargo fleets or military fleets. And everybody recognizes that the most logical and the most economical way to do that is going to be by blending liquid biofuels with conventional jet fuels. So ethanol to jet technologies are rapidly emerging, and we see this as a big opportunity for the ethanol industry and the farmers that supply us. They're talking about a tax credit that would provide around $1.50 per gallon for sustainable aviation fuels that achieve a 50% greenhouse gas emissions reduction compared to basic jet fuel. So here's the problem, though, with the language that was originally in this bill. It requires the use of a methodology for assessing those greenhouse gas emissions that is outdated. It's flawed. It uses old information and old data, and it says that sustainable aviation fuels made from both corn and soybeans wouldn't be good enough to qualify for this tax credit. So we have been working diligently with the House to try and revise this language. We're trying to get them to use the latest and best methods for analyzing the greenhouse gas emissions of these fuels. The Department of Energy already has a model. It's called the GREET model that we think they should be using. And that shows that ethanol is already at that 50% reduction and would therefore qualify for the tax credit. So we still have a little bit of work to do, but we are confident that Congress is going to fix this before this bill is finalized.
Jeff, all things considered, what kind of impact could this have on the nation's farmers in the biofuel producing industry?
Well, this is one of those situations where this is a huge potential market. There's very little biofuel going into aviation today, but this tax credit could really open the door to massive volumes of corn-based ethanol and soybean-derived biodiesel and renewable diesel going into the aviation sector. There's something like 25 or 30 billion gallons of jet fuel that are burned in this country every year. And, if we had even half of that marketplace, 50%, you're talking about a major new market for biofuels. So this is really about setting the industry up for growth and future opportunity, and that's why it's so important.
All right, Jeff, as always, thanks for your time here today. President and CEO of the Renewable Fuels Association, Jeff Cooper, on the phone with us today out of St. Louis. Go online to ethanol.rfa.org for more information.